Derek faced the harrowing depths of despair, surviving a life-threatening suicide attempt, pronounced clinically dead. He defied the odds by being resuscitated not once, but twice, emerging from the brink of darkness with a newfound perspective. During the difficult recovery, Derek received a profound truth from a compassionate doctor that resonated deep within his soul. Although you have wanted to take your own life, your life was not yours to take. This powerful statement encapsulates the belief that our lives are interconnected with a higher purpose, a force greater than ourselves, whether one attributes it to God or a higher power. So since that transformative moment, Derek has dedicated himself to a cause that goes beyond personal struggles. He has become a passionate advocate for mental health and suicide awareness, actively engaging with the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. Derek's journey exemplifies the strength that emerges from vulnerability and the power of turning personal pain into a force for positive change. Derek Grant is more than a survivor. He is a testament to the transformative power of embracing life's challenges and emerging stronger on the other side. Everyone, please join me in welcoming Derek Grant.
Wow. I don't think I've ever been introduced like that before. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't think I've ever been introduced like that before. Thank you.
You're welcome. You deserve it.
As you say, I'm Derek Grant. I am a proud resident of Kankakee. I grew up some of my life in Joliet, Will County area. And just, can I stop for a second? I have something, just kind of, and I brought this today, and I didn't plan on doing this. But about a week ago, about maybe 2 weeks ago, I was digging through some pictures and some old stuff, and I found this letter that I wrote to myself in 2018 after I had my suicide attempt. And it seemed like it was such a long time ago. It was just so long ago. And I think in the midst of certain things, as life is happening to you, and you're just trying to inspire people, and you're just trying to just be the best version of yourself, right? You kind of get lost in the midst of a lot of things.
Yes, you do.
Somewhat can lose yourself. You become a people pleaser too.
Yes.
Because you're trying so hard to do something that's beyond you. And that's tough because we personalize things. We want to think about ourselves. So I was going through my stuff and I seen this, and I got so emotional when I seen it, and I realized that I had forgot some things. So I want to show this to you. This is what I wrote to myself from Northwestern Hospital. As you can see, it's from Northwestern. You guys see what that says? It says, so a letter I wrote to myself. Never forget. And inside of it, there's pictures of me in my journey. And I realized I did forget. I forgot, not in a sense where I came from or what I've been through. I forgot the deep journey of survival, of just being me, just coming out of that dark place. That I had risen from something that was beyond me. I had risen to a light. I saw a light. The doctor, when he told me that, he said, your life is not yours to take. And I said to myself, my life is my life to take. I can do what I want with my life. It's my life. I can do what I want. But it was something he was saying so profound that it was even beyond him. And I believe God gave him those words to say that my life is not my own. My life serves a bigger purpose. And I started to dive into that. I what is this thing? What is this thing? I came back, so God, show me, reveal it to me. Reveal this thing to me that I should be doing with my life. Because we all have got to a black hole. Some of us have been able to pull ourselves out of it. Some of us have had people to help us, to pull us out of that hole. I know one of them, and she came in, one of my biggest people that has pulled me out of that black hole is my sister, Latoya Gray. So I want y'all to I've had a couple of speaking engagements, and unfortunately she has not been able to attend this one. She loves me, of course. But having that resource and having that person to be right there, she was right there. When I went through that, the first person they called her. They called my sister. And she was there for the argument, to be there with her brother by my side. And it's important. It's important to have that. But just not forgetting that. So I want to encourage you, anything that you get from me, as I stand up here and talk for you, anything you get from me, don't forget. Don't forget the trials, the tribulations, the things that you went through, the people that you talked to, the people that encouraged you along the way. People that inspired, even when you think you didn't inspire them, because there's a lot of times where I don't even think I inspire people. Because we're imperfect individuals. We make mistakes all the time, right? We trip, we fall, we make mistakes. So sometimes we don't know who's watching us, who's watching our steps, who's watching what we're going through. So there's been a lot of times where I'm like, I'm not inspiring anybody. I'm just really just trying to be a better person, right? And if I could backtrack a little bit, because I know I kind of this. I really wanted you guys to understand that, to understand, to not forget. And it says be humble as well. That's important. Humility is important in my life, to be humble. So always be humble. But let me backtrack a little bit, I'm sorry, to my journey and how I got to that. Again, we've all been through things. We all have doubted ourselves. We've all doubted our own ability to be the best parent, to be the best brother, to be the best sister, to be the best person that you can. And we've probably not met that. I felt like I was a failure in every one of those. I'm an ex-felon. I've got myself out of that. But not only that, I was able to build myself up to be better. I'm sorry, I lost my thought. I'm trying to read my notes. Work with me, God. Work with me.
Take your time. Take your time.
Work with me. I was backtracking to my life again. So thank you, Jesus.
All right now.
We all missed the bar, right? So in all of those levels, I thought I was horrible. I thought I was a horrible person. I was a bad brother. I was horrible. I couldn't do nothing right. I'm an ex-felon. I can't get a job. I can't take care of my kids. I can't do this. I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing right. I can't win. Everywhere I went, I couldn't win. I couldn't win. And I said, God, this can't be life. This can't be life. How can someone really try this hard and not succeed? It's got to be some type of curse on me. Who cursed me in the afterlife or something? Who did this to me? That's how I felt.
Right.
That's how I felt. And I got so low that suicide came into my mind. the enemy creeped in my mind and said, you know what? Maybe it's best that you don't even live. What benefit are you? If you said all this, you think all this about yourself. You ain't nobody, you ain't a good brother, you're not a good husband, you're nothing. Who are you? Who are you in this earth? And I started to question my identity. Who am I? I am nobody. Nobody loves me, nobody. This is the thoughts that I had. So in 2018, that's when it crept in. It was like, you know, it just got really, really hard for me. I was transitioning from, at the time I was on a house arrest person. I was getting off of parole. And that was a tough journey for me. So after getting off of that, I didn't know what to do. I had all these thoughts. So I really wanted to take my life. And after a failed relationship and just failed a lot of things, I said, you know what, this is the last one. And I attempted to take my life in 2018. I just said, no. I won't explain the means of how I went. Because I don't want to trigger anyone that may be going through something right now. But I woke up in the hospital, and when I woke up, I was like, what's going on? I had a tube down my throat. My sister was there. I didn't know what was going on. I was kind of disoriented. I didn't know what was going on. And the doctor came in, and he's like, yeah, we're going to take the incubator, you know, they was going to take that out of my throat. They wanted to talk to me and find out what was going on. My sister was there, and I had to talk with my sister, and the sister was just like, Derek, what's going on? She's looking at me like, you know, what's going on? I didn't realize what had happened, that happened in between that time to get me back to life until they told me that they had to do chest compressions, they had to resuscitate me, they had to give me twice, correct? Just wanted to verify my story, right? And they got me back. And that's when the doctor, you know, he said the most profound thing to me. And that's when I really wanted to dig deep into God and figure out, God, what is it? What is it that you want from me? What do you really want from me? So I started going to church. I started just trying to figure out who I was as an individual. Who am I? Who am I to you? Who am I to the world? Who am I? So as I dug deeper, I started making these wonderful connections with people. And I knew it was God. I knew it was. I knew it was because it was like, I've never met these people a day in my life. I probably would never met these people if I probably would not be where I'm standing now if it was not for God. To be in the presence of Still I Rise, to be in the presence of Jermaine Hunt. You know, I mean, good brother, I talked to him a couple times. My Still I Rise, I'm sorry, I'm stumbling with my words, but thank you so much for everything, Sister Carr. Thank you, just thank you. I'm losing my words. Let me leave you guys with a quote before I do get out of here. Before I step down. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. All right.
It's okay.
Jesus used me.
Yes.
This is a quote by Denzel Washington. He says, at the end of the day, it's not about what you have or even what you've accomplished. It's about who you've lifted up, who you've made better, and it's about what you have given back.
Yes.
Still I Rise is the exemplifying of that, of giving back. Two people that have an amazing story that has decided to give back to the community of where they come from. And I want all of us to never forget where we came from, to always give back, to always try to inspire someone, even when you don't think you're being inspiring to someone. Still give it your best when you wake up in the morning. Still give God His praise in the morning.
Yes.
Regardless of the circumstances of your life. because it could be a lot worse. And I realized that my life really wasn't that bad. When I think about it, it really wasn't that bad. You know? But the Lord uses us in different ways. And I'm sorry, I don't want to anybody's belief. I believe in Christ, so that's just me. So it comes out when I speak. It comes out when I speak. So for real, I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody's belief or what they choose to believe in, how they choose to call it high power. But I believe in the blood of Christ.
Amen.
Do you hear me?
Amen.
Right. So go out and be like him. How he went out and carried his life and inspired someone. And never forget. I'm drilled out of your head. Never forget. Never forget where you came from and what you've been through to get to this. Thank you guys so much.